This is W. Devoncraft Esquire, and you are listening to the BS Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Magic Our Way podcast. I'm Kevin Smith, and now get ready for all the Disney there is. Turn up your mouse ears, kids. It's Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante San, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is a show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us today, and we are discussing some recent Disney news. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
And on this show, we follow the Disney concept of edutainment, where we focus on your entertainment, and along the way, you just might learn a thing or two.
Hey.
And as always, to join in our discussion, we have our resident comic genius from ivorycomics.com, Mr. Eli Ivory. Howdy doodly doo, sir.
Hey, the diddly did D to you too, man. How y'all doing?
Diddly did dee.
The diddly feely D.
Feely dee.
Diddly
dee. That's awesome. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah. Speaking of diddly doos, we have a resident travel agent from Magical Moments Vacations, the Shaggy TA, Cheese Wizard Diddly Doo, Lee Lastavica. The do.
Yeah.
Diddly doo.
Do.
Dilly, don't book that vacation with anyone else.
Diddly don't.
He'll diddly find you.
And then I might diddle you.
Oh. Well, some people might like that, though.
It's a VIP experience right there, buddy.
VI Lee experience, as it were.
Talk about plaids.
Oh, Lee Plaid now. That's what's happening?
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh. Well, look, guys, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, man, because great things are coming, especially like video from this podcast or snippets of it. And we're happy to say we have reached 100 subscribers. How about that?
Hey.
Yeah, the little milestones. How about that? It's great. It's nice.
So quick, too.
Just started working on it, so not bad.
Yeah, a little less than a month and a half. That's pretty good growth, and it'll just keep going. Slow and steady wins the race.
That's it.
That's how we make love. It's great.
That's it. Nice to study.
Nice to study.
Nice and study.
Dilly do.
Dilly D.
And if we could make love to all of y'all, we would.
Like and subscribe.
That's right.
We'll love you some more.
And if you want some free love, and go to mousemingle.com.
That's right.
Go visit our boy over there, Dave's website, man. Soon to come on our show at some point in the near future. But it's free right now. Eli, have you joined up with mousemingle.com?
I never left it.
Oh.
Well, you better make sure you're not being charged.
Good advice, yeah. Because I got some mingling to do there if I'm getting charged.
Diddly do?
By diddly do, but take that fee off, you see.
It's
Diddly
free.
see.
It is free at this moment in time.
All right, I'm looking into that.
So, guys, look, we have a great show for you lined up today. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we are discussing some Disney news, the biggest of which is about some Disney snow whiteness. Snow White ride at Disneyland.
Snow Wake.
Snowflake.
Snowflake. Flake? Snow woke. Snow diddly do. Snoke.
Yeah,
We're talking about Snoke.
That's where he came from.
So, guys, look, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's go discuss some Disney drama. Well, here we are, guys. This is more Disney news, but specifically some more Disney drama dealing with the whole Disney woke movement thing that's happened. First of all, deals with an attraction. Years ago, it used to be called Snow White Adventures, which then became Snow White Scary Adventures, just to remind people that is a scary attraction, and they didn't want to mislead anybody. I remember when they changed that.
Yes.
Now they upgraded it during the COVID pandemic when they were shut down, and now it is Snow White's Enchanted Wish ride. And they changed this to appeal to a larger audience. Okay? And so with this becomes a final scene, which is the True Love's Kiss scene. Are you familiar with that part in the movie?
Yes.
Kind of heard of it.
Yeah, so she's asleep. She's on the poison. She ate the apple thing. She's asleep, and your boy thinks she's dead and stuff. So True Love's Kiss wakes her up from the spell and breaks the witch's evil queen's spell over Snow White. And she wakes up.
Comes back to life.
She comes back to life. She literally wakes up.
Yes.
Well, there was a review of this attraction, this new attraction by SF Gate, which is a newspaper out of San Francisco. And they had these following comments to say. And I'm not going to paraphrase this. I'm just going to read it straight from their particular article.
Better to do it like that.
Yeah, but they had, it had issues with that True Love's kiss scene, right? And so this is what they say. A kiss he gives to her without her consent while she's asleep, which cannot possibly be true love if only one person knows it's happening.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then they go on to say, haven't we already agreed that consent in early Disney movies is a major issue? That teaching kids that kissing, when it hasn't been established if both parties are willing to engage, is not okay? It's hard to understand why the Disneyland of 2021 would choose to add a scene with such old-fashioned ideas of what a man is allowed to do to a woman, especially given the company's current emphasis on removing problematic scenes from rides like Jungle Cruise and Splash Mountain. Why not reimagine an ending in keeping with the spirit of the movie and Snow White's place in the Disney canon, but that avoids this problem? So that was their take on that particular attraction from that. That was their main point.
It's interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, on one hand, I'm going to give them credit for this that they said. That you would have thought that Disney would maybe have reconsidered that scene considering all the other stuff that they're doing. I don't agree with that. I think it's stupid, but I do understand why they would say that. You would think that with everything else they're doing, with pulling this out of Jungle Cruise and the redhead changing her, all that other stuff they're doing, but this one passed the test. So I get that, but that doesn't make it right.
Let me make this clear to everyone in this room.
Please do.
Our listeners, my family, if they're listening. Should there ever be a point where I'm dead and there's even the slightest chance that a kiss might wake me up?
Like you dead. You not. You dead.
I'm dead.
You
I'm
dead.
officially dead. I have flatlined.
Okay.
But there's a rumor going around.
Only from a kiss from a Filipino's mouth will he prove his worth.
I don't care if it's Filipino. I don't care. Guy, girl.
Yeah.
Guy that used to be girls. Girls used to be all the pronouns.
All the words.
Line them up. Everyone gets a turn.
Yeah.
You've got my consent.
Hey, look.
Oh, so you're going to be like Cinderella's slipper. Like
Yes.
everybody in the kingdom gets to come by and give it a chance.
That's it's. Call me the lottery. Everyone has a chance.
I think I'll never think about Cinderella's slipper the same way again.
No.
That's kind of awesome, actually. But yeah, I understand. I will do that.
I just want to make sure that is known.
Yes.
Because if there was a person out there, like I could bring him back to life with a kiss, but he didn't consent to it. It is recorded. Y'all know to let that person kiss.
It's on
record.
record.
Yes,
Yes.
you can consent to it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So and as a good penitent man, I will kneel.
Yeah, I would not let you die if that's what it takes. I mean,
They
I
can
think
use
that's-
all the tongue they want.
What about this beard? Is that going to be all right with you?
Go for it.
Just put it.
All right.
Let's touch beards. However it works. If you bring me back to life, man, I'm yours.
It's all
I'll just
good.
have to tell my family, look, apparently you and I didn't have as much true love as we thought we did. I got to go be with Lee now because his kiss woke me up.
Patch is gonna be mad at you, but
Yeah.
it's totally understandable.
I'll bring Patches. I'll let Patches have a shot.
I'll be lining up to save you. Nobody's gonna want to see.
Well,
you
I want to
die
get my
like that.
consent too. Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
do whatever it takes to get me back.
Don't
alive.
leave me dead. Yeah.
That's right.
For that matter, if I'm like choking to death and y'all need to do mouth to mouth, my consent now, because I'm probably going to be too busy dying to give it. But if you want to put your mouth on my mouth to help resuscitate me, or not choking, but I mean, like to help resuscitate, you
you
I can't
choke
breathe.
with water. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
you
just
drown.
water.
Anything.
That was my first thought when I read this thing. Was like, did they not understand the story? You know, I mean, would they rather her just stay dead?
I thought they were purposely trolling. I really did.
I really do feel that way too. Like, I think a lot of these things are getting to the point where they need to show some kind of an outrage to generate headlines and get clicks. I really
Right.
don't think that I don't think that really well, I'm not going to say anyone because there are some people, I'm sure, but I don't think that 99% of anybody that went on that attraction or saw that attraction was offended in any kind of way. I don't believe that for a minute.
But it just goes to show you how messed up this whole thing is, that somebody can come forward with something like this and people will be like, well, yeah, I guess I can see that too.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's the thing that's crazy. Like I saw there was a news article, like a little television news segment that came with this, and they showed like the cartoon, and I paid attention. Like, you know, like I'm trying to get back into learning about this woke movement stuff. Now, first of all, I did not see Snow White say no, don't kiss me. I did not see her take her hands and block Prince Charming's face because she's dead. Yeah. See, you gotta. If you're dead, you can't consent to anything except help me. And here's another thing. I don't think that was a kiss. I mean, in lieu of what you said, that is CPR. That is pretty much Charming Prince resuscitation. That just happened right there. That's all that was.
I see what you did.
Prince Charming resuscitation.
It's Charming resuscitation. You know, so
he doesn't spell so good. He didn't have the order of his words too well.
No, I had to mix it up because it's CPR. That's why I took it, reversed it. But I like that better. But that's the point. He had just given her a little oxygen, and then when she woke up, she didn't slap him. She didn't say no. So obviously that's consent. What are they talking about? I don't see it. You know, now meanwhile, if you are attacking about this wokeness stuff, what about the queen that poisoned another woman? Isn't that wrong?
Yeah, no problems there.
No problem there.
No
problem.
Attempted murder, cool.
Totally okay.
True love's kiss,
got a problem.
Yes.
Not consent.
She's painting a picture like, I mean, it wasn't, the prince didn't roofie her.
Nope.
The
evil
queen did. Yeah, the
Yeah.
witch. Right. I mean, if you're riding through that attraction, that's honestly what you really saw, and this wasn't just a pathetic attempt at getting people talking, it worked. This thing went everywhere.
Yeah, it did. Blew up.
It was crazy.
It's almost like every single time something like this happens, we acknowledge it amongst ourselves, and we're like, okay, but this will go away in a day or so, right? Wrong. And so it's like, all right, well, I guess we got to kind of cover it. But yeah, if this is really what this person saw, and you didn't see true love's kiss, what you saw in that moment was the prince date raping Snow White, I suppose, you might have let personal politics corrupt your worldview just a little bit.
I mean, necrophilia at best. No one even threw that argument.
Yeah, that's what I have that written in my notes. It's like, you could argue necrophilia.
I have necrophilia. Well, let's
there you
let's
go.
Everyone scratch off.
Necrophilia.
It's not fair to dead people. Let's scratch that off.
Anybody got bingo
right
yet? No bingo yet? Okay. I got necrophilia.
Yeah,
in my
I'm
card.
just waiting for my Bill Cosby score to get filled in. Then I'll have
I'm trying to get into these stories for the sake of, if this is now the new social conscious, I want to learn and I want to understand it, like when it has legit merit. I think, and when I saw this one news article, it was like half and half. Mm-hmm. One lady said she could see it. A dude was like, come on, give it a break. I mean, it's like one of the oldest stories that Disney's told. Everybody's seen it for generations and generations. I mean, that hasn't really affected all those people, how they view anything. Like, I mean, having consent is important. The message is important. It's just, I think, using this as an example to be your hill to die on, so to speak, I don't think it has any merit in that.
Interesting, yeah. Well, I did pull some quotes from various different sources of different varying opinions. Right?
Oh, good.
So the first one, it goes like this. It says, some felt it was ridiculous to apply modern standards of acceptability to an animated film from 1937. Claiming that the world had gone mad and that this was reflective of woke or cancel culture, end quote.
It's reflective of stupid people. You can call them whatever you want to call them.
I mean, there's so many things, like if I think there does have to be a barometer that needs to be set by woke culture or Disney at some point that says, okay, where does this stop? Mm-hmm. Because you can nitpick anything and then say, look, that's not socially viable. That's not socially conscious. I mean, this lady lived with 7 dudes, right? She ain't pay rent. You know what I'm saying? She loafing. Anybody?
I thought you were suggesting she was paying rent in another way.
I was getting to that.
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
I'm just, yes, but you know what I'm saying? So, like, you could paint her in a very bad picture if you wanted to, and say she's a bad example for all women. She can't do this and that for herself. But there's no need for that, because that's not what the character's there to do. That's just somebody implanting themselves in this fictional character. And the ride itself is beautiful.
Yeah, it looked absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Good touches.
Don't ruin that ride for that.
Well, here's another quote on the other side of the coin.
Just address to what Eli just said real quick?
What's that?
You said about how, where does this all end? I think this ends. I think Disney has kind of invited this upon themselves by constantly putting out these messages as they often do, or like, oh, we are being more sensitive and more culturally diverse, and so now we're doing this, now we're doing that. And so I think because they keep grandstanding about all these new decisions,
inclusiveness,
right? Yeah. You're inviting people to be like, "Well, let's see what we can get them to change next."
Oh, there's not going to be anything left. There's not going to be anything. Lee, you like Dumbo? Forget about it. It's going to be animal abuse. You're never going to see it again. You know?
Like gumbo.
Yeah, you get gumbo. Yeah,
you getting gumbo.
That's going to be all it is. People just eating a pot of gumbo, and that's going to be the end. Nobody got offended.
Except for those who watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier who were from Louisiana.
That's true.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting you bring up Disney because apparently Imagineer, a 30-year Imagineer, Jim Schul, had tweeted out something to say about this.
What Jim said?
He said, and I quote, allowing for the fact that cultural changes occur over decades, it must be acknowledged that in the context of the tale on which the film is based, that the ride is accurate. People are, of course, allowed to dislike the story, but the Imagineering team did a spectacular job. #Disney.
Now he gonna not have a job soon.
That's kind of what I was trying to say. It's like, do you understand that is the whole point of the movie? Is true love's kiss? Like, you can't leave that part out because it's true love, and also if you leave that part out, then she stays dead. So, what did you want Disney to do in this situation? That's what I'm saying. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Unless you just don't want to see Snow White, the story, at all.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. But the people who want all this stuff changed could give a damn less about the story, the creativity of it, the
work that goes into it.
Exactly. It's nothing about that. It's not about, did they effectively convey what was happening in this story so you understood from moment to moment what took place. They don't care about that. They're just looking for things to nitpick.
Well, here's another quote that goes in the support of this, in talking about that Snow White scene. And it says that while it may feel trivial, it is important to educate children about consent from a young age.
There's way more stuff out there to influence a kid.
But is that Disney's responsibility to do that, or is it the parents' responsibility?
Should be the
to
parents.
Educate children
I always
about
thought
that.
It was the parents.
I did too, but apparently more and more people seem to believe it's Disney's responsibility. Parents don't even get the opportunity to put things into context.
Yeah. No, it's interesting you bring that up because I have my one last quote here.
Okay.
And there was a heated debate on Good Morning Britain. Heated debate on Cinco de Mayo on Wednesday. And dating historian Nietzsche Hodgson argued that Disney had to take responsibility for including the kiss in the story. On the other side of the coin, relationship therapist Emiliana Silvestri said that it was down to parents, not the company, to explain what did and didn't constitute consent. And I quote her, she says, "Sexual predators have not been influenced by Snow White," is what she argued. End quote.
Just a quick question here, just because I know, like, we're a Disney podcast, we cover Disney news, but what was the third story on Good Morning Britain?
I don't know.
that this was the second. I want to know.
Somebody had tea that day.
Wow. Okay. Well, I've said it before and I say it again. I don't understand people who walk around the park and see ugliness and sexism and racism lurking around every corner of the parks. I don't see that. If I saw that, I wouldn't go. And again, if that's something that you're seeing when you're walking through the parks, chances are you've allowed your own political affiliation to corrupt your worldview and obstruct your ability to enjoy fairly banal things. Is that
that's totally fair. I would say this: if this person at what was it, Good Morning Britain, they said, okay,
there's two people.
But the one person that said it does influence it, I would say this: okay, when in real life does this occur? Like, when in real life, you walking around somewhere, there's an unconscious woman there, and you just are like, you know what I'm gonna go lean over, kiss her right there. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a scenario that happens a lot.
I mean, because you never know, right? Like, they could be in need of a true love's kiss. Maybe this is my true love. I don't know.
You put your mouth and put somebody, I see it on Baywatch all the time.
Look, I'm sorry. The first thing that pops in my head is how long she been dead.
Yeah, right.
Do I want to get close to this?
They're like, wait, you need her consent, but she's turning blue. I mean, I don't know what we should do here, but I think she wants some oxygen. I mean, come on, I'm sure y'all have gone to your wives and say, hey, good morning, and brought her breakfast, or say, good morning, what you doing today? You know what I mean? She wakes up and she's like, oh, good morning. I mean, it happens.
I always go kiss my daughter at good night, whether she's awake or asleep.
Same thing.
When I go to the bed, if she's awake, kiss on the forehead. If she's asleep, kiss on the forehead. I don't want any crazy people out there to accuse me of doing something inappropriate by kissing my child who's not awake to consent to the kiss on the forehead.
Yes, that's exactly. And I wouldn't attribute this to predators, I guess is what I'm saying. I mean, I think there's way more depraved stuff that exists that would influence someone like that than this. I mean, this is pretty much a relationship at its purest innocence. But there's no person that's just randomly out somewhere getting kissed. That just doesn't happen.
Well, in New Orleans, they're just probably drunk. You know what this reminds me of? In The Incredibles.
What?
When Mr. Incredible saved that dude from jumping to his death. And he's like, I saved your life. Like, you didn't. You didn't save my life. You ruined my death. And he was suing him, and stuff. And they had to go on the ground.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that.
I don't know what they want him to do. I mean,
they just don't want to see it. Monkey. If they don't see it, it doesn't exist, then it's gone.
Yeah, but okay.
That's it.
You remove, I loved Star Wars. I love the original trilogy of Star Wars. And the newer stuff, I can kind of take some, leave some. But you cannot deny that there is an uncomfortable feeling when you watch those movies today when Luke and Leia kiss twice.
Oh, yeah.
And in Star Wars...
now that you know what you know.
Now you know what you know. It's incestuous. It's immoral. But I've never heard anybody say, hey, can y'all remove those scenes out of there? Because Disney, our kids are watching a movie that's supposed to be somewhat family friendly, and we don't want to see brother and sister kissing on the mouth so much.
I'm with you.
More to the point, you get like Star Wars purists and traditionalists who love it, because that's the thing. When you love something, you love everything about it. You love the history of it, the creation of it. You love the flaws. I mean, my God, when you find someone and you get married to someone and you're with them, I mean, you take them for the good and the bad. And if you spend your whole rest of your marriage trying to fix their flaws, you're going to be pretty miserable. You accept them what they are, good and bad. And that's the thing. It's like, I've never heard anybody ever say, yeah, we need to get that scene out of Star Wars, both scenes, because, now it makes it uncomfortable for me to show my children. More to the point, they want the things restored to when George Lucas started messing with it in the first place. Because they're traditionalists. They like the history of it. They liked it how it once was.
Yeah, and they probably wouldn't act like that if they hadn't seen the entire trilogy.
Right.
Because you don't know that they're brother and sister until, much later.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is the funny part.
But I remember seeing it in the theater when he says, Leia's my sister. And I was like, ew.
You know what you just did?
Like, I never even dawned on me when he's like, there's another Skywalker. I never thought Leia was his... Did y'all?
No, not until then.
As soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh my God, that's so wrong. They did so much.
They did so much.
They didn't know what to do with that triangle. That's what that was about.
She probably touched his lightsaber.
Yeah, it could have been. Lord knows what we didn't see off screen, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren, he was forcing himself on the Force perspective on Rey. Yeah, Rey. I had no consent on that. I did not want to see that. You can take that out.
Oh, shirtless Kylo.
And
I don't think anybody had consent on that one.
Yeah, exactly. It just happened.
Wrong.
Nobody had the movie like cut out from the franchise or anything like that. I mean, you're right. You have to take the art for what it is. Do they want Disney to say, okay, we got the ordinary version of the ride and then the woke version of the ride, and in the ordinary version you see everything, in the woke version we just put a big curtain like over the part where they kiss? I mean, do they want that?
They're going to come up with the woke pass instead of the fast pass.
The woke pass.
Yeah.
Go in this line, you get a different version of the show.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, you have goggles on, and then just on to that last scene when Snow White and all them together going, bye!
Like a Viewmaster or something?
Yeah, it's like a Viewmaster.
Okay.
And It comes open when you get to the non-offensive part.
The sun is out, everybody's waving and stuff.
What if it's like a black curtain and all you see are 2 words, they kissed?
Yeah.
Period.
Or the end. Like,
That's it. No, I mean, just they kissed. No words about consent.
No questions, though. You don't want any questions. That's what this is.
No, but what can you question when you don't see what's going on and there's 2 words just say they kissed?
I would say...
That means you're going on prior knowledge of the movie.
There you go.
And then that's it.
I would say don't underestimate the ability of the public to be stupid about things that they know in their head happened that they don't necessarily see. Do you see Uncle Remus anywhere on Splash Mountain?
Oh, I know.
Do you see any reference to the movie? You have to go out and actively acquire that information about what that movie was based upon, and even then draw your own conclusions as to what that movie meant in order to get to that point. But they have.
So with all that means even not seeing it, it's still not going to appease them.
You have to say they consensually kissed.
No, my point is that even if you didn't see it, it's still not going to fix the situation. Mm-hmm. So the argument made that it's like they want to remove that scene, even if you didn't see it, it's still going to be a problem.
But it's always that they got that extra layer of what if to any of these things that they want taken away.
Well, my point is that there's no fixing this for them.
I would agree.
That's where my point is.
Well,
I mean, regardless of how you spin it, how you do it, if you take it away, if you don't take it away, if you throw up a black curtain with the words they kissed, there's no fixing this.
Maybe what you could say is, if you want to alter the ending, he has to kiss his hand and then tap the side
that's
of
not
the
going to work.
Recognizing
that's not going to work.
There's no way around it. You're right. I give up. There's no way around it.
Recognizing that them is a very, very, very tiny, like probably less than 20 people believe in this. Like I saw on Twitter, people were kind of chiming in and agreeing with some of this, but I cannot imagine that there really is that many people who would go this crazy over it. But kind of like we said before with everything else, once you start going after one thing and saying, yeah, no, it's okay to find, well, but it's not really there. But it doesn't matter if that's factually inaccurate. It's hurting people's feelings, so take it out. Once you start getting into that, there's no containing it. The fire spreads.
Yeah.
You might have wanted to just burn down one thing, but fire spreads, and that's what's happened.
Then we're going to end up talking like that dude. What was his name? The guy we talked about a couple episodes ago, Frank Bandicoot, or what, the guy?
Oh, the guy with the
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. There you go. The
first article that we did on this?
Yeah, when he was, because now, like, that almost gives a little more credibility to what he's saying, in that he's just a ride. It's just a ride, and now you're ruining what it means. So yeah, I am paying for this experience just like whoever is paying to take the experience away from me. It's it's crazy.
Well, I mean, look, there's a difference between critiquing and condemning, and that's what we do on this show all the time. Is we critique things that we see, and we're like, oh, that could have been done better. That was done fine, and we like this. We don't like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're condemning and you're asking for things to be taken out, that's bad. But also, I think what the problem that we all had with was his name Frank.
I want to say Frank.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He was doing the exact same thing. He was condemning without having seen anything. He was talking about all this stuff being ruined with the tattoos and everything like that, even though he never personally witnessed it. And that was one of the points that we were making, is that he was more referring to things that he was afraid that he would see as opposed to what he was actually seeing. And he was also starting from a position like, I don't know if I'm ever going back to Disney.
But the difference is the people that wrote that article, they actually saw the attraction.
Right.
Because they wrote the review on the attraction.
Right.
Yeah, which is what spread on that.
And I think they wanted people to read their review. This is the way to go about it these days, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it brings attention to it. Social media is giving everybody a voice and a platform. Case in point, us.
Yes.
I don't know. Are we even worse for even bringing attention to this thing, or is it something worthy? I don't know. That's the funny. That's an interesting question.
This
right?
is again. I said it earlier. I think this helps us to be a little more socially conscientious.
I mean, at least we're willing to talk about it.
I
address
to
any
understand
opinions.
it.
And if anybody has any opinions of why we should think the other way, we'd be open to hear it.
I like talking about it just to make sure I'm not crazy, and I'm sure there are a lot of other people who see this stuff and like, that can't be real, can it? And they want to hear, like, okay, guys, tell me, am I just nuts on this one? I mean, are y'all seeing the same thing I'm thinking? So no, I think it helps me to know that we all seem to feel the exact same way, and that a lot of people seem to feel the exact same way about what's going on.
I just want to make sure it crosses all barriers, because I don't know, since we're getting up in age, if we're like that group where it's like, oh no, that new style of music's coming out. That's not real music. This is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to be the old man yelling at the kids on your lawn.
I mean, I'm fine with that, but these kids, they got guns, so you can't yell at them too much.
But, you know, we're not the kind of people who are like going to see something like that and be like, that's it, I'm never going back to Disney.
Right.
I'm never going to support this. Or, you know, there's a scene like, I hated the Primeval World. I thought it was terrible. I still don't like Chester and Hesker's. I'm never going to be like, I will not go back to Animal Kingdom until they move that monstrosity. Again, there's a difference between critiquing and condemning.
You just don't go back to that part.
You patron.
Simple.
Yeah, what
That's
it is that you like. Again, if you see this much ugliness, don't go.
That is what makes the most sense to me.
Why ruin it for everybody else who's walking around in La La Land having the time of their lives trying to enjoy? I mean, you spent hundreds of dollars to do this. If it's making you unhappy, stay home.
Save your money.
Save your money.
Shoot, I would.
I mean, shoot. And if you're like, well, it's just a certain number of things. The rest of it's fine, but I don't like these things. Well, okay, but the things that you don't like were created by the same people who created the park. Why would you patronize a company that was built by people who you obviously think had devious agendas? Yeah, they were sexist or racist or whatever you think that they are. Why would you patronize their company? I mean, I don't. Whatever.
That's well said, though. That's well said. I mean,
well, hopefully this will be the last of the articles like this.
I hope so.
Really, because I'm liking it.
No, this is exhausting.
I am digging it. We're learning something every time.
No, it's like I'm with Kevin on this one because
I'm ready to get back to other stuff.
Oh no, I hope so, but I just don't believe so.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. But it's just like, once again, it's kind of like what we talked about before, Lee, where you're talking about the Disney Democrats. Disney fans are such a small, especially hardcore, rabid Disney fans who really have a knowledge and appreciation of the history that went behind it. We are such a small group of people. Why are we fighting one another? When did we become the Bloods and Crips?
I guess maybe when people in California started doing those little Disney gangs.
There you go. Maybe that was it.
Even the Bloods and Crips being up here and there.
Exactly. Why is there? They're the traditionalists and they're the change it all people. And why are we fighting? Why can't we just
enjoy the product?
Yes, together. Can we get back to that?
I always wonder too, like how many of these people are actually even Disney fans? The person that's offended because they saw this on TV, did they even see it themselves, or did they see a video of someone that made it and they're like, oh, I don't like that? But you ain't even going to Disney. Like, you don't even like to go to Disney, but you want it changed because it's not the right thing or whatever.
Ali, I'd say you're right, and probably very few. But again, you've got a lot of people out there that are very soft-hearted and very empathetic. It wasn't that long ago we talked about the hanging scene in the Haunted Mansion, and we were like, How could people possibly? You can't even see what's going on up there clearly, let alone understand really the ramifications of it. But I mean, if one person comes out there and this makes me feel uncomfortable, you're going to have people who be like, well, if it makes one person uncomfortable, just get rid of it for everybody and let's just do away with everything, because no one wants people to hurt. You have very empathetic people out there who care.
And that's nice to not, want people to be hurt. But unfortunately, the reality is someone will always be hurt.
I agree with you. I don't think any clinical psychologist or psychiatrist at all would ever say that the way to avoid people getting hurt is by completely avoiding things that trigger you, that you slowly expose yourself to it so you get used to it.
No, you're going to have to, at some point, conflict will have to occur. And I will say this. I mean, look, I remember a long time ago, I was sleeping once when I was married, and my then wife at the time took my wallet without my consent, took my credit card and everything while I was sleeping. And I don't see nobody trying to stop her, though. I don't.
What about a time like your wife will walk in the room and non-consensually take your time? Like, I'm trying to watch the Pelicans play, and then that girl, she told me this, and I couldn't believe it.
Look at me, I'm talking to you.
I know, but it's like 2 minutes left. I mean, you just don't care.
And it's interesting, if I may, they ended the article like this. These are the exact words, and I quote, "Still, with the twinkling lights all around and the gorgeous special effects, that final scene is beautifully executed. as long as you're watching it as a fairy tale and not a life lesson, end quote.
Well, I can tell you this, when it comes to life lessons from Disney, I've often, whenever I have trouble, I try to sell my voice to a sea witch.
Yeah.
I rub as many lamps as I can get my hands on.
But that what you were doing at Whole Foods that one time I saw you.
Yes, that's exactly what I was doing.
So life imitating art doesn't play a role in this.
Sure, to somewhat of an extent. I mean, the story's got to relate to you in some kind of a way, but as long as you understand that you're not seeing reality, you're seeing a caricature, a cartoon, if you will, of how life really is. It's not, I mean, that's the whole point of how Disney has done family entertainment for the longest time, is to take uncomfortable subjects and most of these fairy tales are really dark, and they've all been Disneyed up. Mm-hmm. I mean, Cinderella, Little Mermaid, all of them. I mean, they were really disturbing, dark stories
fables
that Disney polished up and gave them the family treatment. And I don't see. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't see the connection between I'm writing Disney to get inspiration for how to solve the problems in my life, unless your problem is you've got too much money in your wallet. Disney will help you with that.
Yeah, they'll fix that really quick.
I mean, if you want some feel good, some inspiration, some that kind of thing, yes, it'll do that for you wonderfully. But in terms of they're teaching me about real life, well, maybe in the movies there are times where they have little life lessons here and there, sure, but I mean, not in the way everything plays out.
I mean, but here's the thing. In my opinion, for your question, back then, and in some cases now, a man is taught, a girl's not going to come up to you and be, hey, I like you a lot. You have to do the courting, and you have to make the approach to kiss her, and you have to show her you have affection for her. Back
when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
I was just going to say, Lee just hit on something there. That they play that song.
What?
In
what song?
You didn't hear what he just sang?
No, I was on
Kiss the girl.
Yeah, he was talking, and
he just kind of said it like real low key, like Harry Belafonte, like. So
there's a whole scene in Ariel's Undersea Adventure about kiss the girl. Go ahead, kiss the girl.
Yes,
and she couldn't even talk.
Yes, that's a great point. Yes, you're as a guy. So in that case, it's not fair.
Well, I mean, somebody could argue that was consensual. Because she needed it. Because in order to get her voice back.
You got cramps.
But I mean, we don't have to overanalyze that right now.
Right.
Let's not get off the track because we're going long.
I'm not. My point was just to say, if you're going to say life imitates art in that instance, Snow White, I'm talking about, it does make sense the guy has to kiss her first.
Yeah. It's interesting, yeah, for sure.
I don't know. You read the lyrics to Kiss the Girl, and
well,
that's a whole totally another discussion for another day. Absolutely, yes.
Can I quote?
Danny wants to do this.
Can I quote?
Go for it. Go for it.
Yes, you want her. Look at her. You know you do. Possible she wants you to. There's one way to ask her. But it don't take a word, not a single word. Go on and kiss the girl.
Go on and kiss her.
Now, is that... don't ask her, just do it. Is that a fair interpretation of what that is saying?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, just so we know.
But there's still consent there, I think. I mean, again, that's a different...
we all know.
We know it is.
But we know that just like we know it's Snow White, is that ultimately there is consent.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that goes
that
back
whole
to
song, I mean, the Prince, Eric doesn't know that... I mean, he's shy. He doesn't know. He's feeling awkward. He wants to, but should I? I don't. Yeah. I'm not reading the signals right. And they're just like, do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're not a man if you don't do it. And then if you do it, you're a twisted man. You cannot win.
Yeah. Well, where's the song that says, go ahead and ask her nicely?
Yes.
See if she's
Make sure she signs the paperwork.
Yes.
Maybe it's maybe today. Maybe yes tomorrow.
Maybe she wants a smooch on the cheek. Maybe it's a 5-second Frencher.
Oh, yeah. You'll never be in the friend zone like that.
Friend zone.
That's true.
Well, look, I think we've said it all.
Yeah.
I think we've said plenty. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
I'm down for it. No more.
And I'm done with wokeness. But if it happens to come up, we have to cover it.
We got a nice jingle.
Yes, we do have a nice jingle of it now.
Awesome job, guys.
But we're curious to know what you guys think about all of this. What your opinions? What did we miss? What do we need to learn? As I mentioned before, if you stay silent on it, then you lose your argument because then you can't teach anybody. So the important thing is to have that discussion, allow for critical thinking to happen. And I say this especially because people that think that whatever is coming out of a movie or a television program is gospel, then I got another thing for you, man.
Another thing for you.
And another thing.
But make sure you get in touch with us. I want to know your opinion. Show up magicourway.com. Let us know about what you think about this ride, which happens to be located in a place called Fantasyland.
Be our guest. Be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie your napkin.
And here we are in guest services, and this is the segment in which we get to service you, the listener. And first off, we have Tommy B. up on the Facebook group, the Magic Our Way Pleasure Island Facebook group. He sent us a quick message of gratitude and stuff. Tommy B, who has Cajun blood, as Kirk Landry would to say. He smelled that. He sensed it with his Cajun radar.
Is he related to Stevie B?
Stevie B. Well, B's his last name. I'm saving the last name, but the last name's first.
That's Cardi B's cousin.
Yes.
It could be Cardi B. Yeah,
the last name starts with a B, but I think he could tell who I'm talking about. But anyway, he says, "Hey guys, I've recently gotten into listening to the podcast on my commute in the morning and evening.
Awesome.
I just wanted to say thanks. I really enjoy the content, humor, and fun."
Well, that's what we aim to do. So thank you for listening to it, because if y'all didn't tell us we were funny, our wives sure aren't. I can tell you that.
Speak for yourself. My ghost of a wife tells me, hey, as long as you're paying me, you're hilarious.
Yeah, every time she looks at this check you give her, she laughs.
Yeah. She's like, can't there be more? I'm like, that's funny.
Well, we are good for commutes. So that's a definitely good thing, yes.
No, I'm glad he's entertained, and I think that's what we always strive for, and thank you for liking it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Tommy, thanks for being a fan. Thanks for being in the group. Thanks for joining us. And all of you guys out there, if you're listening to the podcast and you're a fan, we do have a Facebook group. You know, if you're not on Facebook, I understand that. At some point, someday, we'll have a place where anybody from any social platform can hang out and be part of the Mohican universe.
Spread the word, man.
Tell all your people.
Spread the love.
Who's next?
And who's next is a guy by the name of Ian S. L. Ends with an L. Ian S.
Ian S. L?
Well, Ian is his first name, and S is the first letter of his last name.
Where'd you come up with the L?
Yeah.
Oh, the L is the EL at the end of his name.
So we're keeping his name private, but not exactly.
Not exactly.
Okay.
This is like Wheel of Fortune up in here.
Yes, you got to buy a vowel.
Can I buy a vowel?
I'll give you the RSTLE, whatever else, yes.
Okay.
That's good for bonus rounds.
Yes. But I think you can tell who this is when you're listening. When I read this title, he says, "You guys are amazing," is how he titled his email.
That dude's smart.
That's boy good. Yeah. Yes. And he says, "I just listened to episode 371, which was my first time listening to your show or to any of the podcasts in the larger Disney community world."
Really? Which one was that one?
371 was one of the woke shows 2 weeks ago, actually. It was 2 weeks ago. Now I think about it.
So that's when we talked about the guy, Frank?
It started as a woke show.
It is.
Yeah, we're on to a woke saga by now.
Oh, man, that was good. Like, good job worked on that one.
Yeah. That was a good
this
show.
last one was the Rogue One, I think, of woke sagas.
I'm telling you, bro.
The solo, maybe?
Yeah.
It was a solo of the series.
You came on at the right time, Ian, because right there, that's us hitting the stride right there. Woke. We wait.
That's interesting. Yeah, that was the very first one he listened to, and he's hooked now. I mean, he even sent us beignets, which is great.
Oh, thank you.
Right
That's awesome.
Yeah, he did send us beignets, along with Kirk. Kirk sends beignets too. Not to
Thank you, Kirk.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Ian sent us beignets, and his first time after listening to the show was great. Thank you for the support. Mm-hmm. He's like I said, he says what you guys are doing is absolutely beautiful. And he says, "I am 37, and I've been listening to podcasts since you had to literally download them from a special software to your old iPod."
Oh, wow. I remember those days.
iTunes. And he says, "You all hardly need my praise, but I just want to say..."
we need it.
Yeah, we do need our praise.
Yeah.
Praise.
All the praise.
All the
Praise
praise.
be to Ian for praising us.
That's when I take a bath at night. It's just full of praise. I need, and the praise is kind of shallow.
I don't want the praise tip. I want all the tip. I want all the praise.
The praise is great because you don't know how much we have to fight to get together.
Why are you gesturing down that way?
What?
I don't know.
We talking about praise. I'm going to praise something. Praise it. Start my way down to working up.
I know.
We ain't on camera now. Just bam.
I know. I wish we were.
There you go. That's the water street.
I think Turkey Lake 69 would have a lot new flags. When they had a wrestling group, they did the X.
Yes,
thing,
that's
was it?
DX. Yes, but they
okay.
crossed. I didn't cross.
Oh, you kept it open.
That's open.
Yeah, there's no cross legs for you.
That's right.
All right, sorry, but I digress on Ian's email.
But that was also a film.
It was. But he says you all hardly need my praise, but I just want to say you all have nailed the beauty of what this format can be. I live in L.A. and not Louisiana. I take that to mean Los Angeles. He lives in Los Angeles, and you better believe my 2-year-old kid is going to be listening to you all riff on our next drive down to Anaheim.
Oh, wow.
Thanks for doing what you're doing. And I guess drive to Anaheim means he's going to Disneyland.
I would hope so.
You're so lucky, Ian.
Ian!
Well, Ian, you're going to have to meet up with us if we're able to get back to Disneyland. They won't let us in.
Yeah, they don't let outsiders in yet. But if we do...
Unless he
Absolutely.
adopts us.
Yeah. Oh, can you?
Can he sponsor us?
We still need an ID for California, though.
Oh, man.
He's in L.A. Maybe he knows a guy.
No.
Yeah, they know people up there. They know
They
people.
got those markets where you can buy like a Goosey. Not a Gucci, but a Goosey bag.
A Gucci.
Yeah, like a Goosey.
Okay.
And a catch.
All right.
Not a Coach bag, but a catch.
You're saying we can get like a fake ID that says we're from Los Angeles?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I like this.
We can put it on our Estee Lauder bag.
All right, cool. My
Wallet.
name is D'Artagnan, and I'm 3 or something like that.
And we got Calvin Ken.
I like how he's going to play us for his 2-year-old kid. Meanwhile, we got listeners who get offended when their 26-year-old kids in the car with
That's
some
what
of the
I was
stuff that we
laughing
say.
at. You got a cool 2-year-old. They're going to learn a lot.
That's right.
If your 2-year-old got any questions, let us know.
But man, look, Ian, thank you for listening to us, man, and joining. At 371. As you can tell, we're headed straight to 400 later this year, and we're glad you could be part of the party. They have a whole bunch of shows going back till 2012 that you could listen to. I don't even know if you can find those other ones on YouTube or whatever platform you use.
How old? Like the real old ones?
Yeah,
Those, no, don't worry about those. That's back when we sucked.
Yeah.
Yes, but there's still some golden ones in there, especially. I'll let you listen on the side, but I'm glad you're listening. Glad you sent us the beignets. But thank you so much. Trust me, every bit of those coins will go help pay for this podcast. Because we do have some expenses, and we've been poor for a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lostavica hadn't been pulling his weight. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I know. I feel you. Hey, we're up and coming. We're making a comeback.
We got Starcruiser level money coming.
That's it. It's coming. Look,
Starcruiser level.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a vacation today.
That's
any
right.
vacation. That's right. That's right. Making the dollars breathe again.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Ian. Definitely appreciate the beignets. And if any of you guys out there want to get in touch with us, man, show at magicourway.com. You can also go to our magicourway.com website and buy us beignets straight from that homepage and support the show. And here we are in the queue, and this is the segment in which we get to discuss all the news and happenings in the world of Disney today. The news that's not woke. We have our own jingle for that.
Thank Christ.
It was a very good jingle.
That was a great jingle. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a collective effort. But anyway, for this one, we're talking about Star Wars. A lot of Star Wars things happened back on. We had May the 4th be with you. It just passed, and then they started the whole series of the Bad Batch and the Revenge of the Sith or Fifth. Stuff like that. But we also got a bunch of news, and we're recording this on May 7th, by the way, and a lot of this stuff happened over the course of the past week, starting back on May 3rd. But we got some news regarding the Galactic Starcruiser Hotel.
All right.
And you remember that hotel that they were building, the COVID thing, and we're supposed to have this all awesome thing and down at Walt Disney World?
Experience.
Yeah, it's an all-immersive 2-night vacation experience in the Star Wars universe. And I didn't realize it was just a 2-night vacation experience. That was it. That's all you could book.
Yeah, because it's 3 days. It's 2 nights, 3 days.
3 days. That's it.
Yeah, no, I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't remember the 2-night thing. I didn't realize it was a limited thing. But
yeah, one is a trip to Batuu, visit the Black Spire outpost, and
the other one's a trip to Batuu.
Yeah.
Before and before, you got to come back later, right?
Yeah, that's
Kachana.
Well, you can only be in space for so long. You gotta.
Well, more like you can only be in a concrete bunker for so long.
That's true. Yes.
With TV screens for windows.
Your bank account can only be held hostage for so long.
Yes.
Right. But anyway, just to let you know, the opening has been delayed to 2022. It's supposed to open this year, but it's going to open next year, they say.
That's understandable.
But anyway, whenever you get a chance to book a vacation package with the hotel, I'm assuming they're packages.
They're all packages. Yeah.
They're all packages. Book your package with Lee, because Lee knows how to handle that package.
That's right.
And your budget.
That's it.
Especially in bungalows.
Yes, bungalows.
What's going to be cheaper, Lee? Staying at the bungalows or staying at the Halcyon?
Yeah, that is. I mean, I didn't even read. Obviously, they haven't given us any prices yet, but they've warned us that these are going to be cruise level prices.
Yeah.
The bungalow though is pretty steep, so it might.
What's the average price of a? Well, not a stateroom. What's the next level up on the cruise ship? I'm still getting this cruise
suites?
Yeah,
The commander's area.
well, you know where you have the veranda deck, that kind of stuff.
She has space.
How much is that, Lee?
Oh, it depends
night.
on how many days and stuff. But I mean, you're probably talking like you would probably spend $4,000 on a trip easy.
Okay, so yeah, I would say minimum 5 to 6.
Wait.
I bet. Yeah, I would say this is going to probably be like a $1,500 a night situation.
Easily.
If I had to guess.
I think I'd take the over.
Yeah, I'm not going to go against that one. I'd have to go with that.
I'm about to pass out. My blood getting as high as the
No,
prices.
it's not going to be cheap for sure.
No.
And then what happens once you're there? It's like you can't go anywhere else in a Disney theme park except Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, that's
or
it.
else it would spoil the illusion, I guess,
Yeah.
of
Well,
where
think
you are.
about that too. That you're not. And how many of you are just going? I mean, I'm sure people will, but are you really going to go all the way to Florida just for those 2 or 3 nights? No. Then you're going to go to do the rest of your Disney vacation. So how much
Yeah.
are you really going to spend?
Or you leave and you go to Universal because let's face it, Star Wars is more for older kids. If you had the
That's
choice,
true.
okay, you can spend 3 days here. Now we got to repack our stuff up. Do we go spend another couple of nights over at Universal and see Harry Potter?
I hope they send your luggage through a space portal to the Grand Floridian or something.
It's
I swear to God.
teleporting.
Send it through hyperspace or something. You know.
I was reading some stuff on this. I mean, the lightsaber experience. I would look at that.
Yeah, that's the thing I was going to bring up is that whole they released footage on May the 4th of the realistic lightsaber.
Yeah.
that Rey's going to use at the hotel. You know, it's very interesting. Y'all saw the video, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she started.
I'm curious to know how they're doing that because the video you can tell is very formatted.
Oh yeah, I know how they're doing it.
You know, it's like I've seen lightsabers at like Comic-Con that look like they're extending, but it's a big long clear tube.
Yes.
But you can see the light extend.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't tell if there's any kind of long clear tube on that because of the way they have the camera and all the video happening.
They
a very
pretty
good
much,
illusion.
A lot of people have kind of figured this out, how they're doing it. And what they're doing, they're using like tape measure technology.
I can see that.
And then that's what it is. And if you look, I mean, when they're holding the hilt of that lightsaber, that sucker, and I'm holding this thing, I mean, it goes from like here down. I mean, it's huge. The hilt of the lightsaber itself.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Well,
You do it, Saber.
you're looking at my hilt, not the other
my
way
bad.
around.
Sorry.
So anyway, there's like little gears in there where I guess like the plastic tubing has to roll up, kind of like you would with a tape measure. So when it shoots out, and then there's these little what do you call these LED lights that are embedded within them.
Oh, so
that can roll up as well. So you got like 3 layers, like a top layer that you can even see the top layer extending out of the hilt. I'm making move. This does look a little perverted.
Kind of.
Kind of making notes on my microphone.
do it again, but do it slowly.
Yeah, no, like
You want this?
You know, if you could block Kevin's vision, I don't like how he's licking his lips as I'm talking. But
You gotta
yes, you
take
can
a
see
sip.
it kind of extend out beyond the hilt, and so I guess when you hit it and then the thing releases, it comes up. So, in other words, this is not going to be a very sturdy lightsaber. I don't think. I think it's just for show.
Okay, I can see
Like,
that.
I mean, they've already come out and said, and I wrote it down, that at this time, this new lightsaber enables live-action Disney performers to create a moment never before seen outside of films or shows. We have no plans to make them available outside of that use.
What?
okay.
The one thing people would want to buy, they're not going to sell.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
thing.
because once you get it in your own hands, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is just a push-up pop."
Right. Or like the minute y'all try to have a lightsaber battle, they're going to either go flaccid or,
Oh, yeah,
or wrap
yeah.
around each other like Spaceballs.
Yeah, you might have a thing that was like it doesn't come out all the way, and you'd be like, "Oh, my Schwartz is bigger than yours."
Yours.
Kind of
There
a
you
deal.
go.
Exactly. No, that makes sense. Yeah, because I was about to say, like, even I've extended the tape measure thing
Yes.
to a certain point. At some point, it goes flaccid and just goes floop.
That's exactly it.
And I was curious to see how they keep it so nice and erect and just like straight.
Now, I'm sure it's a lot firmer than your average tape measure, but still, you
has to
can't
be.
whack other lightsabers and have a duel. That's not going to happen.
She's not going to be Obi-Wan Kenobiing this thing and flicking it around, right?
I have a feeling they're going to discreetly be like, if she has to use it, in a combative way.
Oh, I dropped it.
Yes.
Let me pick up this other one.
And then there you go.
I'm ready.
But no, I was with you. I got excited too. I'm like, finally, a lightsaber you can put in your luggage and take home.
Yeah.
But no.
Hey, look, when I was growing up, I remember the ones where you had to like flick and it shot out.
Yes.
I thought that was cool for me.
I was good with that.
I was very good with it. And you can fight with it until you broke it, and it's like, then it wouldn't flick anymore.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'm sure collectors would love to have this.
Step in time.
And who knows? Maybe as time goes on, we'll get a family purchasable functioning lightsaber.
Killing lightsaber.
Everybody hacks each other together.
That'd be awesome.
But no, I'm with y'all. I was excited at first as well, and then the more I learned, I'm like, yeah.
So close.
But it's cool.
It's an improvement.
Yes.
It's getting there. But speaking more about this, we got a little bit of insight into what you can experience on the Galactic Starcruiser when you go on your cruise. Because it was recently announced on Disney Auditions, the website where they hire performing talent.
Okay.
I have not seen this. I'm looking forward to seeing this.
I love to hear talent getting hired.
Exactly.
Yes.
Me too, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
With all the COVID stuff and all.
Coming back.
They made an announcement where they're now casting actors, stunt performers, and musicians to bring the meals, experiences, and even an invasion of the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser to life.
Yes, I heard that, but you said that they actually have listings.
They have listings for all the different things, the roles that they're going for.
Okay.
And I'm going to go through them pretty quick just so you can kind of check it out.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But first of all, we got your regular actors, right? So these are actors. They don't sing, dance, whatever else. They're just straight up actors, kind of like Streetmosphere.
They just wear the robes and jump.
Well, more or less.
They're
Yeah.
like cruisers. They're cruising with you.
Yeah. Well, cruisers, but these are specific roles. They'll have, I'm sure they'll have those other extras.
Oh, I thought these were the roles. We haven't gotten into roles
But
yet.
these are the actual roles right here.
Okay, here are the roles.
Yeah, so the first one they have up, they're looking for a captain.
I bet you it's a girl.
It is a girl. And to quote from their listing, it says, she is a strong and charismatic leader who has served as a well-respected ship commander for some time and demands the attention and focus of every room she walks into.
Hey, good for her.
That's right. Just like maybe Leia or Glenn Close or what was that? That was not Glenn Close.
No, you're thinking of Lord Dern.
Laura Dern, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why Glenn Close?
I don't
Close
know.
enough.
She was in Guardians.
Okay, that's what I'm
so I hear you.
confusing worlds here.
But this is Captain Hot Pants.
But this is Captain. Yes, this
Yeah.
is Captain. She
All right.
captains the Halcyon, and so you may see her. Maybe you'll dine at her table if it's like a cruise ship.
Oh,
Possibly.
okay. A little Captain Stubing.
Yeah, a little stupid. It all very reminds me of Fifth Element kind of stuff.
Oh, good.
I imagine it'd be kind of experience like that because you also have a cruise director.
Oh, Julie?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sure you got Julie.
I love
Is her
Julie.
daughter with her?
Oh, yeah.
What was her daughter named?
Oh, I can't remember her.
Julie
Penny?
No, that's good time.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, she had the long.
She had like the
head.
Buster Brown haircut.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you're talking about, but
Oh, man. Yeah, that was good.
But anyway, she's a born cruise director who loves travel and adventure, and she is cheerful and a harmonious people person.
And she's going to tell you what you get to do, what if activities are going on that day, right? You get to shoot bands and stuff. Yeah.
She'd be like that. Now, you have the ship mechanic.
The ship mechanic.
so there's
Yes.
your first dude.
The ship mechanic. He is a youthful, late teens human with big dreams. His enthusiasm sometimes outspaces his capabilities, and as a result, he tries to present a braggadocious front to mask the vulnerability of being far from home.
And here's diversity for you right there. The first two characters, women, very strong leaders, fun-loving people, and the first dude is just
A dumbass.
A vulnerable, braggadocious guy.
And he probably can't
Youthful
fix the
guy.
ship that
Yes.
he works on, right?
Well, no, because they have a fixer, too, Roll.
He's the mechanic.
Well, he's a ship mechanic, but they also have a guy called the fixer.
The fixer.
The
He kills
fixer.
people.
Maybe he does the fixing thing.
No, the fixer kills people.
Is the fixer a
right?
good guy? Is that if I'm a boy, is that my role model? The fixer.
Well, let me read. I'll read you the entire description of the fixer.
At least he's not a fluffer.
He's not a fluffer. He may be a fluffer. I don't know.
I put that on the cruise direction.
Well, here's what it is. This is what they're looking for. It says seeking a confident and engaging actor with strong improvisational abilities to portray the fixer. The character portrayed is a well-traveled, devil-may-care human in his 40s. Hey, that's us. He's a convincing and handsome schemer. He uses his charm to his advantage as he seeks out associates to enlist in his criminal enterprise.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
But it goes on. He says, his calculated and conniving approach is an intellectual dance. a paso doble, if you will, that leaves passengers wondering, was he the bull or the matador? And to take this further, actors with sleight of hand tricks are a plus and encouraged to prepare a demonstration of ability.
So magicians? They want magicians?
Just sleight of hand. You know, it could be the coin, it could be the whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
the 3-card Molly.
Yeah. 3-card money, it could be whatever. So he's got some little magician trick things. He's a schemer. Apparently he has a criminal enterprise. He's called the Fixer.
He's like a charmer. He's somebody's gonna.
He's like the Lando Calrissian.
What about the dude in what was it? The latest series? What's his name? Benicio del Toro's.
There you go.
Is that Benicio del Toro? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's my best imitation of Flip 'em for real. That's one movie. But yeah, the Fixer.
The Fixer.
The Fixer. 40s.
Okay.
So he's the one that gets you, or it could be a she though too, right?
No,
this is specifically a he.
Has
He
to
uses
be
his
he.
charm and his advantage.
Okay.
As he seeks out associates.
Wow. So you either a mechanic or a crook.
They're very
Gotcha.
intentional in those pronouns.
Wow. That's how the future's gonna be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
At least on the Halcyon.
I hope he ain't a brother. I'm gonna be like, come on, brother. You gotta do better than this, my brother.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna be like, come on, it's the only gig I could get. Pigeon shoots out his collar or something. Like, no,
Ant-Man
bruh.
taught me this trick.
Yeah, watch out. Watch out. Like, come on, man. Fix your life. Go ahead.
All right, so now we got the First Order Lieutenant.
First Order Lieutenant.
First Order Lieutenant. He's a
Okay,
human.
so he's a bad guy because he works for the First Order.
Yes. He's a human,
Right.
and he's working his way up the ladder.
Dude, they just don't care
They
about
don't
boys.
care about dudes at all.
But he's an ambitious
You're
officer.
part of the patriarchy. Take it.
You're a bad guy.
He is a human, and he's working his way up the ladder. He's an ambitious officer of the First Order.
Okay.
The lieutenant is new to his position of power,
Okay.
and is working hard not to let us know that. So he's trying to hide the fact that he's new to this. And he doesn't see a line between abusing and leveraging power. That's his backstory.
His role ain't gonna last too long in Woke Nation.
Yeah, but he doesn't see a line
He
between
gonna lose
abusing.
his job. The actor's not gonna feel too good about it.
He can't see that line, he says.
He's like, I don't want to abuse you, but I got to.
Yeah.
Because I'm new to this, but I'm not.
That's his first order. He doesn't see the line.
I hear you.
He doesn't see it at all.
Shoot him up, First Order.
Crazy.
That's
Well, anyway,
sad.
maybe to combat this dude, we got the Saber Trainer.
The Saber Trainer.
Can you figure out what this dude's going to do?
Train you to do a lightsaber.
Yes, train you to do lightsaber.
Okay, well, so there we go. There's a positive
Is he an
role.
alien
Is he
or
a
something?
Jedi?
Well, they just say that Saber Trainers serve as expert wielders of the lightsaber, and they take cruisers through physical demonstration.
Okay, so this isn't for.
It could be anybody.
It could be anybody.
Yeah, it could be anybody.
No, they gotta be like a martial artist or something, right? Or ballerina.
Well, it should
or
at least
something,
be a
right?
Jedi, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Or is this more like a Ollivander situation where, you pick
Oh yeah, well, you pick the wand and there's the
Yeah.
It could be, yeah.
Kinda thing?
Wait,
yeah,
what?
it definitely could be.
You pick a wand and what?
Well, they say prior sword and saber experience is a plus for the role.
I mean, if you're paying, I know we didn't really give a particular price, but a guesstimate price. I want a Jedi. If I'm paying to go on this thing and it's 2 days,
Yeah, but you got Sith saber wielders too.
yeah, I'm just saying. But
You
know,
want a Jedi,
I mean, no, I
you want
want
somebody who's going to teach you
who looks cool doing it.
like a Ray Park kind of a dude.
Oh, my
or just
God.
Ray.
Just Ray.
Yeah, a Ray would be good.
I would take I'll take Ray Park. I would take, if he comes out in the Darth Maul outfit and starts doing all that acrobatics and stuff, I would be like sold.
Well, why would they hire a bad guy he got cut in half, but I guess he's back?
Yeah, he's back. He came back in Clone Wars.
Okay, there
Good
you
for
go.
him. Good for him. That's a utilized character they did wrong.
Yeah, but why would he be working on a cruise ship?
I need the money to fix his back problems. I don't.
Welcome to Saber Training. I'm your professor, Darth Maul.
It's been a while. I had a little
Lightsaber
accident.
safety 101.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Keep
I
it
don't
pointed
buy that.
away
You
from
know
you.
about Yes. And don't point it towards anybody else while
Yes.
swinging. Control your manner of movement.
It is bright.
I rather red, but you can have green too if you want.
The gem
Commence.
chooses the wizard.
Wow.
Crystal chooses the wizard. Sorry.
All right. Well, I was just saying, like, I guess that as far as the actor, I'd like a cool actor.
Oh, you're saying actually hire that actor?
Well, yeah.
I'm sure he's got other things.
No, he's got to understand. I mean, I know there's another movie with Michael Jai White he gonna work on, but yeah, just someone that just looks cool doing the motions. That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
And I'm thinking this is like a Jedi training academy kind of a thing,
Sure.
right? You
Yeah.
know, so you expect that for the kids, whatever else. Lucky them.
You wouldn't try it?
Yeah, try it. If they let me do it, yeah, absolutely.
What about you? You want to try it?
If I could afford any of this, I mean, isn't that what we're talking about here?
That's what I'm
the thing.
saying.
I'm going through this because I don't know if I'd ever be able to afford this thing.
That's exactly right. And
Man, you can afford it.
I'm
You get
sure
back
all this is
on.
up. I'm sure when you're there, they're going to try and sell you a lightsaber.
You got to eat.
Yeah, well, hopefully,
Got a drink?
If it's
Got
like
killed to
if
eat.
it's like a cruise, hopefully the food's included.
I hope so.
I mean, probably not alcoholic beverages or anything like that, or merch. Or, yeah,
that'd be
I mean,
great. If it was like a cruise, that'd be awesome.
Oh man, that's a great point. Let's say you
Like
are
sandals, but not
man.
halcyon.
The halcyon. So you're on the halcyon. There's somebody that like irritates. You don't know them. They irritate you. They like the drunk person. Like you can't get away from them for like 2 days.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah, is that a topless deck on this cruise?
What's that?
The Lido deck.
The Lido deck.
Yeah.
They don't tell you about that.
They're looking for an actress with 3 chichis.
No, but they got a slide that takes you directly to the Lido deck.
Oh, that would be nice.
Just for adults.
I would be doing some training on that right there.
Kids can't go on. It's
No
great.
kids. This ain't for you. This cyber training.
Yeah. All right. So those are just the regular straight up actors, and now we got the actors with musical talent.
Oh, they're gonna
okay,
sing.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So they do the singing, playing the musical instruments, and one of the roles is called the first time cruiser.
The first time cruiser.
Yes. The first time
Looks
cruiser.
like tourists.
Help me, time cruiser.
Well, here, I'll read the description. So basically, this character's portrayed is a Togrutan. And if you're wondering what a Togrutan is, that's the most famous one is Ahsoka Tano. She's a Togrutan species. So not a human, so you can expect her to
So you
have
can
this
see
thing,
that. All right. So that cool. They'll be made up. Okay.
Yeah. So she, this character, well, I'm said she, but this Togrutan aspires to be more than the alien next door. This hopeless romantic is a friendly and earnest musician who happily serenades his fellow guests as he aspires to impress the galactic superstar.
Oh, this is a boy.
Dude.
It's a boy.
Man.
Yep, he's a strong rhythm guitar. Actually, he's a struggling singer songwriter looking for his big break.
So we're gonna get like some Peter Mayer dude with trunks on him. Are they gonna mix it up at least? I think they should.
Yeah, they should.
I would
I
like
think
some
that'd be neat.
musical rotation in Woke
Like
Nation.
a little Jewel,
Yeah, let's switch it up a little bit. We
a
can't
little
get
Stevie Nicks,
Yeah, right? We can't get a little like an Alicia Keys alien. We can't get like
Brandy.
Yeah, well, we get that. We could get
Tatiana Ali.
Well, I mean, we can mix it up. Yeah.
I'm picturing the dude on the stairs at Animal House singing, "I gave my love a cherry."
Yeah.
No stone.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that because I picked the same thing. I was like, is this dude just gonna be strolling around the ship, just randomly singing to people?
Right, like
Yeah.
Elias in
Yeah.
WWE.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Listen
my
to me. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Okay,
anyway, so-
wandering minstrel.
Yeah, we
okay.
got a wandering minstrel, and if you remember, I said he aspires to impress the galactic superstar. The galactic superstar is another role.
superstar.
That's a
Superstar.
chick.
This is a chick. Yeah,
I knew
And
it.
this one kind of reminds me of, you remember the opera singer in Fifth Element?
Ruby
Yeah,
Rod.
that blue.
No, not Ruby Rod, but the blue
lady.
one. Yeah, the blue lady that got stabbed, and she had
Yeah.
this, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh.
Yeah, they put the spotlight right
yeah.
on it. Yeah.
But this is what she reminds me of. She says this character is portrayed as a Twi'lek. And if you don't know what a Twi'lek is, Twi'lek, the most famous ones are...
Twilight. What, Trish?
What? Too much what? Twilight what?
But the most famous one is Bib Fortuna. Bib Fortuna is a Twi'lek, and so is people that are Rebels fans. Harrison Dula is also a Twi'lek.
Oh, Biff for two.
Oh, well, they
that
have
dude.
like a piece
Yeah.
of the neck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jabba no Wanga.
Wait, who's the girl that was dancing for Jabba though? They're
Twi'leks too.
That's a Twi'lek. Oh, so that's
Yeah.
a
My man.
different Twi'lek. Okay,
Yeah,
different Twilight,
that's what
yes.
I was
Different Twilight.
just about to ask about that. Yeah,
Yes.
they gonna have one of them in there?
Oh, no, but...
In Morocco. They're going to have one in Morocco.
No, we ain't worried about Morocco. We on Halacry.
well, look, this character, the galactic superstar, commands respect and flame roses at her feet. So this is very coming to America.
And what?
At her feet?
Flame roses.
She sets things on fire?
I just says flame roses. I don't know.
Oh,
I
so
don't
it's like a
understand what flame
real
roses.
bright colored rose petal kind of thing.
I was expecting like roses that are on flame to throw at your feet.
No, it sounds awesome, but I can
Maybe she likes
see-
walking on like coals and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Tony Robbins. They do a
Yeah.
flame fire rose petal walk thing.
Okay, like yeah,
You are the
she-
galactic superstar. Why do you not walk on the flames of roses?
If she's like, watch me. Like, okay, you know what? That lady earned her part. She earned her part.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, the thing that locked me in about the whole Fifth Element thing is that her musical style is a hybrid of neo-soul, jazzy funk, colored by her extensive travel and experiences.
What about some Sade? Is there some Sade in
And
there?
there could be some Sade in there. I don't see why not.
Little shotty boy.
Yeah.
Smooth Twilight girl.
Coast to coast and trunk on Chicago.
Back to Hearth.
I'm gonna make it on the hell cry.
Ooh, that's a twilight.
Ooh,
that's a twilight.
See me for 2 days. If you pay to see the twilight.
Day one-on-one guy.
Oh, been for tuna.
All right. So anyway, we got our last two characters.
Going to sue us.
Maybe, yeah. But we do have our last two characters, and these are
okay.
actors with stunt combat abilities.
Okay, stunt
And-
combat
Yeah,
abilities.
stunt and combat. So there's no surprise with these last two characters. Number one, we have Ray.
Okay.
Oh, so we are going to get a Jedi.
We are going to get a Jedi,
Oh, there
Ray.
you go.
She
Maybe
just
that-
don't train you.
Maybe she trained you, but then the people there are there for personal attention. Maybe like she's up there with her fake lightsaber that she can't swing around because it'll flop over. But the other ones are down on the ground with you, like with her real lightsaber.
So she's training them. Like wait.
Well, it's like
They're
teaching
her
assistants.
people.
It's like teaching assistants.
That's what I
Right.
mean.
They're
her
like
people.
Ray's TAs.
They're TAs, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, yes.
And who do you think the other character is?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. Those are the two.
Ooh, is he going to be shirtless
No,
in the
thank
Lido
you.
deck?
Watch me bathe. You gonna sleep at night? He's gonna force perspective himself on you on the deck.
He's going to be sitting there with his doughy white skin.
He's
Put his helmet on.
He's gonna be projecting himself on Olga's Cantina. Like, what do you think?
He's sitting there trying to get the straw for the Mai Tai.
He can't get through the helmet. Oh shoot!
He blinded me with his chest.
Yeah, too pasty.
But that's it. Those are the roles that they're having for the Galactic Starcruiser.
Well,
At least
good.
the main roles.
Good,
As we've
good.
heard before,
Yes.
they're going to have other roles of people on there acting like regular shipgoers and stuff to add to the experience.
Now I was gonna say that isn't part of the experience that when you interact with these fellow actors, it like changes you create your own storyline while you're there or something like that. I was kind
I
of
think so. I know it's supposed to coincide to what they were trying to do with Galaxy's Edge, right?
Yes. Well, that
but
was
that's
kind of
the question,
reputation.
though, right?
right. And then they
That's-
dropped
That's
that.
the problem.
Yes.
That's not really a thing anymore, right?
Yeah, well, I was thinking about that the other day. I was wondering if, like, maybe that the reason is when they realized that they were going to do away with the magic bands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe that was coming up. It's like, how are they going to keep track of how you did?
or your progress of your
yeah, and your
story.
progress on the Millennium Falcon run and Smuggler's Run. That's it. I'm sorry. How are they going to keep track of all these things if all that information isn't stored in your magic band anymore?
Yeah, because I remember we would talk like a long time ago when we were talking about the first inception of this. I was always like, "Oh man, now that's cool! Like that's you're part of it.
Yeah.
Is a completely different thing, completely different experience.
Well, I think like if you're stuck on the Halcyon, then they can control that group of people better.
Oh, for sure.
Or-
yeah.
And then having Galaxy's Edge where like anybody can come and go as they please at any time of day.
Right.
yeah, but then they're gonna drop you off.
They're going to figure
gonna
out a
stay
way
with you. Yeah.
they'll
Yeah, that's
figure out
what-
a way to get those experiences in Batu back to the ship.
That's what I'm saying. So in that instance, I mean, they could like because if they made it like a sort of private trip for you when you go to Batu and do all this stuff, hopefully they take out everybody who's at Olga's Cantina and reserve it for the people who.
Oh, see, that would be
But
clever. That would be clever.
Exactly.
Because I tell you what, it's like even on the regular Disney Cruise Line, they give you the little key to the world card that you can use and you can charge things on the island and stuff.
Okay.
So I could see they could keep track of people on Batu when they're away, but if they just swipe everything with their card.
Yeah, but he's right. Like, they got to clear out Oga's Cantina. You can't have any of the other
There's not
people in
enough
there.
people.
I think that'd be an awesome experience if they
Yeah.
did that part. I
Right,
think that's wise.
because then you could do something. Say, hey, I saw that you were talking to the bartender, but did he slip you whatever? Did he give you a
Yeah, somebody
card?
could run in and be like, "Hey, hide this."
Yeah,
Be like, "What?"
yeah. we
I'd
could-
be like a total dick. Like if I was there and I saw these rich people who get to ride on the Halcyon and have this whole adventure that I'm too poor to afford, I'd be like, it ain't real.
That's when some combat expert come and kick you in the face.
You,
Oh, listen to them.
you burst my bubble.
Just be like, it's just a Motel 6 with no windows.
Either way, they leave the light on for you.
Ain't even no prostitutes here. I mean, what kind of place is this?
There's no Twilights up in this.
Yeah, I watched some Twilights dancing over a Starlight Pit.
Twilights.
Yeah, with the vampires too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, there you go. There's the whole Star Wars update
Well
in May
done
the
there,
4th,
Kevin.
man.
Yeah,
Good job.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
That was a good.
Give a little insight into what we could expect, experience, a 2-night experience on that board ship would be like.
Okay.
It's got a lot going for it. It's got a lot going
and there's going to be a
for
lot more to go. And make sure you guys, if you decide to do this, make sure you book with Lee Magical Moments Vacations. Because every booking with Lee helps the Magic Our Way podcast out.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. MagicOurWay.com is the way to go if you want to find out more about our show. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, if you want to get in touch with us to share your opinions on any of the topics we discussed today, you can do so through the following ways. Shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com, or you can call or send us a text message at 1-815-WEEKEND. That's 1-815
Mo Weekend
669-4226. And of course, we have a couple of guys that do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli does things with comics.
Hey, Rob Liefeld here. Deadpool, Cable, X-Force, Domino, Marvel Comics, Image Comics, all of it. You guys, what is up? Eli Ivory. What a great name. Eli Ivory, comic guru. I'm here to talk about you. I am here to say, check out ivorycomics.com. That's right, you. Check out ivorycomics.com. ivorycomics.com. If you're not doing that, you're missing out. You're missing out. The Savages comic cannot be beat, cannot be surpassed. You need to check it out, experience it for yourself, and you know the story. It's all about the glory. Congrats to you and all the magic that you're making with your Ivory Comics. Eli Ivory, comic book guru. Check out ivorycomics.com, comic book guru, Eli Ivory, the whole package. Deadpool said to. Do it. ivorycomics.com right now. Liefeld out.
Thanks for that cheerful thought, Rob. And of course, when you go to the Ivory Comics website, you always get a link to this episode, so you never miss a joke, you never miss a news about wokeness, you just never miss a beat. You can also find me on Facebook.com. I'm right there, Eli Jive, as long as you're a real person. Hey, how you doing? But if you're a bot, I want to know who you are. If you want to go and check out Project Geisha on Facebook, go to facebook.com/Project Geisha. Instagram, I'm right there as well. You can find me at EIRE504. And of course, on Twitter, I can be found at Hancock10166. So if you appreciate the madness, then you're just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much.
And if you want to book a Disney vacation, whether it be a Disney cruise or to any one of the parks, or maybe the upcoming Halcyon experience, the Galactic Starcruiser experience, you can do so through Lee of Magical Moments Vacations. Lee, tell them how to do this.
Just give me a call at 832-431-1621. That's 832 Charming Prince Resuscitation. 832-431-CPR. You can email me at lee@magicourway.com. Check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/Lastovica Travel. That's LASTOVICA Travel. On Instagram, you can find me at You Got a Friend in Lee Travel. And on TikTok, you can find me at You Got a Friend in Lee. And if you do any of that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with no
Hasselvika!
In addition, there's so many ways to support the show as a whole, and you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to take a second and thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. Summer weekends, ladies and gentlemen, we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with tacos.
Gumbo.
Hey, this is Eli from the Magic Our